Hey friends, welcome to my little book nook. I call this my quiet room, and so I just want to welcome you to it. It's nice, got yellow in here, and so I hope you have a little space somewhere that you can get away and get quiet. All that aside, wasn't even the point of the video. I was hoping that you were able to take part in the workout that I put out on Monday. This is an exciting time because if you've been following along, I am welcoming you back, welcoming myself back to a deeply rooted and firmly established here on A Heart Refined. And this is where we all get well together. Previously, I had some very specific ideas that were fantastic for a young pre-menopausal woman. And a lot of those things now I can shift and change and translate into a menopausal space, but some of it just won't work. So I'm not here with me saying I have got all the information, but I am here saying I want to help us find what's necessary for us to do what's best for our bodies. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose all the weight, but it does mean you're going to get stronger, you're going to be healthier, and you're going to be able to do the things like play with the grandkids. Y'all, there's nothing better. Telling you. Anyways, and there's some other things you can do. Like right now, I'm in a season of having to take care of my daddy. So there's many of you who are caring for aging parents, or you are a servant at heart and you're helping people move, or you are taking big heavy meals to other people, and you need to be able to have that strength to do so. So I hope you were able to do the workout from the other day. 7 to 10 minutes. The first workout, it was a seated workout. It wasn't super fancy, but it was good because many people could do it sitting down. Many people could do it standing up. And if you want to revert back to an old workout, this is a fantastic one because these are the things that are going to build not just like we're all the time thinking about, I want my belly to be so big. And y'all, on some level, I don't know if it's ever going to go away. I just don't. I can't give that answer. But you can do things like strengthening your shoulders, your back, your hips. And there is core strengthening even if your belly does not go away. Remember that. This is one of the things I'm so grateful for is that I was in an intense time of exercise. And now in this stage, even though it don't look like it, I do have good core strength. And there's things that I could do that had I not gone through that intense season, I would not have. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, strengthening, we did a lot of squats in that one. That was the one thing that was standing. But that right there, one of the best things you can do for your body. So anyways, if you weren't able to take part in that one, there are going to be more to come. Now, I was initially going to do another workout right here, but this is what I want to say to you. Not everything that works your body out has to be some cheesy little thing that Rachel leads you in or anybody else on a YouTube video. Like, get up and get out. For instance, one afternoon this week, I went out and mowed my grass. I have a simple yard. I love mowing the grass. I like just being outside. I have a super simple yard. Doesn't take me long at all. It's nice to be in the sun. So that right there is exercise for sure. So don't think just because it's a smaller amount or it's not as big as other people are doing that it's not exercise. It is. There's another thing, and I had this thought while a sweet friend of mine was talking about how she's been dealing with a lot of pain. And so she had to be intentional when she was having a good day to just clean her house. And after we had that conversation, like I came home and I had already planned on doing it, but I was super motivated by her taking advantage of a good day and not just blowing it. She used it and she cleaned her house. And as I was cleaning my house, I started thinking about this very thing right here. It is exercise to do a good clean on your house. I probably got in about 5,000 steps as I went up and down the steps, and I'm cleaning the upstairs and I'm vacuuming. It's a lot of good movement. So what my point is on this right here is to say to you, if you are one who does not have an extreme amount of energy, but you've got some, don't waste it on a stupid Rachel video. Go clean your house. Go move. Go out. Pull the weeds in your garden. Get outside and do something, or do something productive And that is going to be all the exercise you need for the day. That doesn't mean you never do workouts, because there's some important hyper-focused things that you need to work on. Strengthening the shoulders, strengthening the back, the things I was saying a second ago. So don't miss out on that. But at the same time, don't miss out on taking care of your home. It is just so true that when our home kind of gets, forsaken, that we get heavy and weighed down, and then we're not able to do some other things, and it's a mental thing. And so it's really important for you to do what you need to do today to take care of your home, and that might be your exercise today. So with that being said, like, what's the thing you haven't done? And you might say, well, my house is pretty clean, I'm good. Okay. Is there a closet you haven't cleaned out? Is there a pantry, a refrigerator? Have you maybe not done the baseboards in a while or cleaned the fans? Get up, do something really productive right now. And I'm going to always be this girl to say, let me say it this way. I'm never going to be the girl to say, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's not biblical. That's not true. However, I'm always going to be the girl to say that if you are wanting to thrive in spiritual disciplines, there is something to be said for taking care of your home. And so if I were to turn the camera around right now, you'd be like, Rachel, your quiet room is not clean at all. But that's actually next on the list. So I'm going to be doing that too. So anyways, just a food for thought about your exercise life. And like I said, I can't remember if I said this, but I'm not completely sure on the rhythm and the pattern I'm going to be doing these little exercise videos, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do about 3 a week. So you might have tuned in and said, I needed some guidance. Well, go back to the one I did the other day. If you want to do that, if you really want to do some focused things right now, then get out your weights, keep them close to you. Do your quiet time and use your weights, whatever, that's fine. Otherwise, do something productive in your house. We want to share something really quick out of this, y'all. And if you do not follow Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest, and he's an old dead white guy, so it's not so you can follow him on social media or whatever, but this is some of the greatest wisdom. And as you see, this book, this is my 3rd one that I've gone through, but each one of them are from generations before me. As people have passed away in my life, I've been able to get theirs. And so that's a real blessing to me. But on May 20th, there's 2 right here that are so good. Out of the wreck I rise, and taking possession of your own soul. And I'll make pictures of these and put them down below. But I'm going to focus on taking possession of your own soul. One of the things he says there, I don't completely agree with what he says, but I agree with a larger point. So let me share. It says there are certain things in life that we need not pray about. Moods, for instance. I believe we need to pray about everything, especially moods. So I don't necessarily agree with his statement, but I agree with the larger point that he's making. We will never get rid of moodiness by praying. And I think what he's saying right there is just oh God, take away my mood. And sort of that self-pitiful, you deal with it, God. I don't have to deal with this if you deal with it. And not a true confession. What I would say is, Lord, I'm having trouble, but I need your help. And he will. He'll give you wisdom, and he'll give you help without hesitation. James 1 says so. So there's that. But he says, but we will get rid of it by kicking it out of our lives. Now, I agree with this. This is the thing. We have got to take captive our moods, our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings. It says moods nearly always are rooted in some physical circumstance, not in our true inner self. It is a continual struggle not to listen to the moods which arise as a result of our physical condition, but we must never submit to them for a second. We have to pick ourselves up by the back of the neck and shake ourselves. And we will find that we can do what we believed we were unable to do. The problem that most of us are cursed with is simply that we won't. The Christian life is one of spiritual courage and determination lived out in our flesh. So there are things that we cannot change. And this is the large point that I was trying to make. There are some things, my feet are going to sleep, some things that we cannot change. Some of us are sick. Some of us have marital discord that is devastating. Some of us have dying parents and prodigal children and so many things. There are just some things you cannot change, but there are things that you can. And I do believe that one of the things we can do to change our mood is exercise, get in the yard, and do so on. But is to go before the Lord and say, I am weak, but you are strong. And I'm not going to act this way because it doesn't honor you. This mood that is dragging me and everybody around me down, I'm going to forsake that. I'm going to rebuke that. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to honor you, God. So that's what I say. You've got a couple different things you can do in your life. And by the way, did you know that when you exercise, your body produces GABA neurotransmitters? Those are anti-anxiety molecules, anti-mood molecules, if you will. So, girls, get out your exercise, get out your prayer. Again, don't agree with Oswald on that one, but do believe. Get out your prayer, get out your Bible, get out of the mood, and get productive in what God will have you do today. Okay? All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope you were encouraged, and I can't wait till we exercise together again or do housework together. Who knows? God bless. Bye.